This video may contain copyrighted material, the use of which may not have been specifically authorized by the copyright owner. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Hello again. Welcome to the pre-show. I am Rich Baritone. We're going to start off with a hello here. Say hello to Officer Boogeyman. He is in fact here live. And Mr. Smith is here from Salt Lake City. I know what SLC means. I worked in the freight business for 12 years.
So he could get me rolling on like mini motorcycles and stuff, so I can really be able to do that at a much higher level than being on foot. Does that make sense, people? Because I just got to be at the location is the point, wherever it is. You know, I got to be there present, or there's nothing I can do. You know, I have to be in the right place at the right time, and that takes being mobile and on something very quick and fast. You know, like I need like a mini motorcycle, I need a bat pod, I need an e-scooter, e-bikes that are really fast, something that I can ride on a sidewalk or whatever and in bike lanes. And that's easy to do it down here. And, you know, it's not easy, but it's designed so you can do it somewhat. And, you know what I mean? That's what I need. So if folks want to help me with that, please do. It would help me to be able to help you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Connie's crusty charred cooter. We call her C4 around these here parts.
I meet a woman out here, right? Because believe me, they're starting to look like they're trying to holler. The chickens is a clucking. The chickens are clucking out here. There's a lot of hens and chickens, and they're clucking. I have gotten the hens' attention. The chickens are looking. I don't know if it's a hen, because I don't know if a hen's a guy or a girl, but you get the point. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Yep, that's right. He doesn't know if a hen is a girl or a guy. It's a girl, of course. He really is that stupid.
There you go. You already know what it is ahead of time. So, like I said, like whoever I'm with is gonna listen to every word I say. Whatever I want, I get. Immediately. Like, are you serious, bro? I should be literally beyond entitled in my next relationship. I better have it all. See, that's what I expect already. Because I earned it. All these years, this is all I have to work on and all I have to do. Because I don't have no, girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have a significant other. I don't have none of that, bro. I would love to have that. I don't even talk to women. Almost ever. I think y'all really think reality is different than it is. Like, I don't understand. It was never always like this or anything, but, I mean, it is now. We got to recognize reality, right? I'll sound like y'all. Y'all look like them little anime characters.
So you did see his tooth throbbing there. Actually, I think it was a couple of them that were so loose they were actually wiggling. It's great.
It's easy. Once you get the quickness down, you're right here. You all day long. Folks talk about endurance. I can do this all day. All day.
You know, I really should say something, but that's just a kind of physical comedy that speaks for itself, am I right? Man, and boy, I'm telling you, huh?
Hey, so what's up, people? This is the
Oh,
fake
this is
Tyrese
good.
Sneak. And, you know, I just want to say that real Tyrese Sneak, he's a real faggot, man. Like, fuck that guy. Like, you know, even though my voice sounds faggy, you know what I mean, and I'm gay, and
I mean, he was swinging like he was, you know, like in a cloud of bats. I'll give him that much.
wear beanies all the time. Like,
A cloud
the
of
real
bats.
Tyrese Sneak's a straight up faggot, bro. Like, fuck that guy, man. Like, I'm so tired of seeing him putting money on camera. I like to talk about the time he put ones on camera one time because, you know, it makes me feel better about myself because I live in a slave dungeon. And, slave dungeon. And, you know, I hate that motherfucker, but I'm always watching him every day. I'm stalking the shit out of him. I know I don't have a life, and I can't get any pussy, so I focus all my sexual energy on his videos, and I jack off to his videos, and I come on my camera, and cocksucker, you know, and I have Tourette's, so, you know, YouTube's kind of a venting platform for me, so I like to come on here and slander Tyrese Sneed, you know, and I call him that he's the fake Tyrese Sneed and I'm the real Tyrese Sneed, you know, because I don't have anything to do, so, you know, why not, you know, just walk around and talk about Tyrese Sneed all day, because, you know, I have his dick in my mouth, you know, so, liquor, and, you know, anyway, like I said, like, you see the big bossy shit, the glossy shit, and, the real fake Tyrese Sneed don't have none of this shit, man. I don't care. He says he has 15 cars and a mansion next to Mexico and a home out here, and he's put all of it on camera, but I don't care, you know, and he puts his oil money on camera, and he makes oil money for life, and I know that, but I want to sit here and act like I don't get it, you know, because that's the only tactic I have, you know, so, motherfucker, you know, so, fuck me in the ass, so, you know, that's all, folks.
But you know what? RTS had an answer to that. He most assuredly did.
What's up, people? It's Tyrese Sneed, the real Tyrese Sneed, y'all know what I'm saying? I'm just in this bitch, smoking a motherfucking joint in this bitch, y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean? Anyway, I recently received a motherfucking transmission from the fake Tyrese Sneed, y'all know what I'm saying? Like, he's out there somewhere, man. Like, I found, you know what I'm saying? I ain't found him yet, but I received a transmission from his location.
Yes, he's most assuredly did again. Negasonic middle-aged dickhead is here again. He once again got through the Santa Cruz Hills on his way to work thanks to negative 43 TV. You are most certainly welcome for that. That shit is gay. Oh boy, are you right. And please welcome Marique W. to the show. We're 2 minutes and 8 seconds or so away from Saturday Madness.
What's up, people? This is the fake Tyrese Sneed. And, you know, I just want to say that, you know, even though my voice sounds faggy, you know what I mean, and I'm gay, and I live in a slave dungeon, and I like to talk about real Tyrese Sneed. The real Tyrese Sneed makes me feel better about myself because I live in a slave dungeon. And, you know, I hate that motherfucker, but I'm always watching him every day. I'm stalking the shit out of him. I know I don't have a life, and I can't get any pussy, so I can't just when I come on my camera. And YouTube's kind of a venting platform for me, so I
all right, we're just starting out then, Neg. I got it.
like to come on here and slander the real Tyrese Sneed, you know. And
Yeah, he is.
The real Tyrese Sneed, and I'm the fake Tyrese Sneed, and I'm the straight up faggot, bro. But I'm so gay, and I was, you know, I have dick in my mouth, you know. So, and, you know, the real Tyrese Sneed says he has 15 cars and a mansion next to Mexico and a home out here, and he's put all of it on camera, but I don't. He puts his oil money on camera, and he makes oil money for life, and I know that, but I want to sit here and act like I don't get it, you know, because I'm the fake Tyrese Sneed. I don't have none of this shit, man. Motherfucker! You know, so, fuck me in the ass! So, you know, I
need one of y'all to isolate, you know what I'm saying, like triangulate his location, and figure out where this transmission came from, you know what I'm saying? I need some of my, you know what I'm saying, I need some of my people to get out there, you know what I'm saying, like find, you know what I'm saying, where this transmission came from, find this cyborg, you know what I'm saying, because he's malfunctioning, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
You know, I don't have a life, and I can't get any pussy, so I focus all my sexual energy on his videos, and I jack off to his videos, and I come on my camera.
Suck me in the ass, 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 suck me in the ass.
Well, you know, it's like Hall & Oates once sang, "No can do, I can't go for that." Hello again, Sneedville. I am Rich Baritone, and this is Negative 43 TV's Saturday Madness for Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Well, Valentine's Day is next week. Do you have your Valentine's Day all bought for? I'm almost done. One thing that Tyree Sneed doesn't have to worry about is Valentine's Day, because he is, of course, alone. While we are waiting for Tyree, hopefully waiting for Tyree to go live, I am going to take a request from Blue, who is here right now, and we're going to watch The Architect of Reality. It's from 16 hours ago, and Blue says it is in fact something else, so that is what we are going to do. Yeah, RTS did a really good job of that, didn't he? And please welcome everybody to Hugh Janus owner. Yes, indeed. You really got to like a name like that. So let me go ahead and get everything ready. And by God, I've already done that. Let me put that in full screen. And now let's enjoy together. Batman is the Architect of Reality on Saturday Madness while we are waiting, hopefully, for him to go live. 53 minutes after the hour, hovering over the candy-colored button, and let's go. By the way, that's DZ's money on the screen.
All right, welcome, folks, to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. That's right. All right, so a couple orders of business we're going to go over and talk about. Like I said, I am on top. Always on top. Always the boss.
Always on top, huh? What? Reverse cowgirl.
You understand? And it's easy arithmetic at this point. Like I said, my success is on autopilot. You understand? And, you know, like I said, you get as far as the people you talk to.
Please welcome the broadcasting legend that is Sheriff Gonset. I'll read this for the listeners because it's fun. That's why. Happy Saturday, Rich and gang. FYI, my mouth has been marked dick-free tonight. Oh, thank God for that anyway, huh?
No reason. You get as far as, you know, the goals that you set for yourself, and you will attain what you know, set out to create. You know, me personally, I'm limitless. You understand? So when you know, get your priorities in order and have your priorities straight, when you get your priorities straight and, you know, you don't care about much of anything else other than what you're building and what you're doing, this is how you get to the next level, right? Like I said, you know, I do this for a living, motivational speaker, right? Educate the public.
You know a word that has really taken a fucking beating the last 20 years? Catcher. Catcher has just taken a beating. I was a catcher in baseball from the time I was 5 until the time I was 18. If the subject comes up with anyone, which it never does anymore, but if it does, I'm a second baseman. That's what I did for years.
Been doing this for, you know,
I don't want to say catcher and then get side-eyed for fucking nothing, you know.
what, almost 2 decades comfortably. Like I said, ran the Batman project out of my own pocket, going on 3 years. 3-year anniversary coming up right around the corner. You know what I mean? My strength is getting ridiculous. That's the first thing I want to say. And it said this in the downloads that I was going to start being amazed by my own gifts. because I'm pretty much unstoppable. I'm the real deal, man. I'm the prophecy. See, that's the thing. This is real. There's yeah, everything is real over here. So, like I said, like I'm limitless, man. I'm limitless, and like I've developed to a different level. And they said I'm still going through like upgrades and transformation, and like I'm still evolving and changing and growing.
All that to say that you're still 10 years old emotionally. You could have just said that, but no, you had to go through that whole rigmarole, as they used to say 50 years ago.
You understand? Like for real. You know what I mean? So, I told you like ascension is a never ending process. You just continue to ascend. I'm limitless, man. Like there is no limit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about is like any perceived limitations, you got to forget about that. And that's how you become limitless. You have to let go of the ego to become limitless. I see what it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's good that I've inspired folks to change the conversation and the commentary a little bit. I think that that's good. I think that's a positive note. I think that's a good look, not only for me, not only for your boy, but for everyone. I think that's a good look. Like I said, I think that I've inspired a lot of people in a lot of ways. I don't think I know because people will even walk up to me and tell me they've been telling me that for years since I started this. You know, I'm gonna say this again. Like I said, we can do customized videos for like $25. Like I said, everything is e-commerce and business over here, right?
Well, Boogie Man, it all depends on how you look at it. Tyree ain't special though. Well, he isn't, but yet he is special. He's very special. He's oh so very special. He's bicycle helmet, short bus, stick baloney to the window special. Believe me when I tell you that.
Right. And like right now, I know folks in their feelings. I know folks in their feelings because you see what it is, right? Like I said, the understood don't need to be explained. Do I really need to explain it? You see what it is, right?
Specials needs indeed. That is what it is. Money you should ask.
You see how we keep evolving, right? So, like I said, now there's more avenues for me to get dough and make money. You understand? I love how, like, you know what I mean? My points keep getting proven without me trying. That's what happens when you're a genius and you're the real deal and you're the boss. I love how I keep climbing up the ladder, the real ladder of whatever money, finances, business, even the corporate ladder. But see, I climb up my own independent corporate ladder because, you know, I have nothing to do with corporate America. I'm an independent, technically corporate CEO.
You are an independent madman. Listen to Negasonic middle-aged dickhead, everyone. Hit the like, yeah, especially you listeners.
Understand? Because I'm completely independent and sovereign. You know what I mean? I don't want to be corporate. I don't want no relation nor connection to anything that has to do with corporate or corporate America. That's just the truth. I'm all independent. But my point is, it don't get to a higher level or anything than me. You understand? So, like I said, you see us still advancing. You see us building. You see my business doing perfect, right?
Okay, everybody, get your utensils and stuff together. It's going to be smoking if you got them within the next 5 minutes, and it is the top of the hour wherever you are in the world. Unless, of course, you're in Newfoundland and Labrador, in which case it's 25 minutes after the hour, right here on Saturday Madness on Negative 43 TV.
My business is doing great. Everything is beautiful in my life. I'm doing excellent. I'm doing amazing. And like I said, folks is in they fields 24 hours a day. I love it. You understand? And my point is, you see us continue to advance and progress. This ain't talking. This was never talking. I get results. I don't even know how many world records I set and have right now, but I know it's around like 460, 470, which is crazy, right? That's number one. Like I said, the strength is, out of this world. Everybody knows it, right? Can't nobody come close to me, even hold a candle to me. Folks can't see me, man.
People can't hold a candle to you because of the noxious fumes. They could be flammable. Nobody really knows, but nobody's willing to take that chance. Please welcome OC 714 OC to the show. Got to read this for the listeners. Perfect Business is talking to 5 people on YouTube, making 100 every 3 months. Winnie.
You understand? And like I said, all these folks, right, as far as, what we see in on this network and everything, what are they all doing with their time? All of them are still talking for free. So again, as usual, I've advanced to another level.
Yeah, in a way, Brad Arnold has done that as well. Yes, he did die today. Three Doors Down, Kryptonite, one of my favorite songs of the late 90s, early aughts era. He went quick too. He went very, very quickly. 47 years old.
Told you in all this, I was the only one who made it. You know what I mean? Like I said, all odds against me, and yet I continue to excel. That's what I know really has folks in their feelings because I made it without them. You understand? I mean, at what point did anyone do anything for me? You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Folks try to act like I was a part of anything. I was never a part of anything. Like folks never really included me or involved me.
And actually, the more I think about it, I think I like Semi Charmed Life better.
And I was always kind of happy about it because I always did my own thing. I always worked hard for my money, man.
Nice, upbeat, poppy little tune about a toxic relationship between meth heads.
If you remember, all these folks was always online 24 hours a day, in a group. And me, I was working different jobs. I was working. I was in the street. I was standing on business.
You know what I'm rooting for, Blue? I'm rooting for my numbers, in fact. Frost, I believe, came up with the idea. Sheriff Consent helped execute it, or vice versa, one or the other. Nonetheless, they put together a pool and filled it in, 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Did you hear that, Tyree? Yes. A lot of us here in Sneedville tomorrow will be watching the Super Bowl and watching our numbers too. It's $50 a quarter and it's going to pay instantly. Guess who's not in it? You're not. We wouldn't have you even if you could get in. We would just say no.
You know what I mean? I was paying real dues. You got a lot of folks online on the internet that they want to pretend and, talk as if they're me, but there's not anyone who's slightly close to me.
Mm-mm. Thank God for me.
You can even hear it when we speak and we talk in our conversation because you can hear how we talk. You can hear when it's real, right? And you can hear when something is fabricated or fake or phony, right? You understand the difference? Like I said, man, look at it, bro. I mean, you got to understand what's going on here, man. It don't got to be spelled out. This is all e-commerce and business. You understand? Like, I got multiple hustles going already. You see it? Like I said, we unveiled a clothing line. Now we just expanded more right in front of you. We growing more right in front of you. Like I said, what's up?
Well, what's up right now is we are still waiting for you to go live. And you right now can, of course, be what? That's right, an associate producer, and help me keep an eye out on this mug, this idiot that we call Tyree Sneed, so that perhaps we can restream him when the time comes.
You see what it is, right? Like I said, I ain't got to explain it. You feel me? Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Folks are sleeping on me, man. I'm the architect of reality, man. I keep telling you. You understand? All we do is make moves in advance, man. You understand? Like, that's the thing. See, folks is all about one spectrum. They keep looking at it like, oh, this network.
I downloaded mine the first chance I got, Sheriff. Just a great situation all the way around. Sneedville, having fun with Sneedville.
Oh, this company. I mean, brother, if you're trying to compete within any corporate structure, I mean, you missed the whole point of what's going on here. You see what I'm saying? The one trick pony act is hilarious to me because folks don't know how to do anything but, vouch off of what someone else said.
Well, welcome, Just Chillin' to the show. You haven't really missed much so far, but I have it on Blue's word that this stupid thing called Batman is the Architect of Reality is going to get extra lit up. So I'm sure hoping. Welcome to the show.
Always got to be, this company, this establishment, what this entity said, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's always some kind of something. It never can just be, I stand on my own. But see, me, I really do stand on my own.
No, I think his cell phone's okay. He was live earlier, but he wasn't live for long.
Look, and I got more power than all the establishments. I got more power than everyone, more power than the government, more power than all the corporate.
All right, everybody, listeners. Sheriff Consent said it took about 24 hours to fill the card. That was all. And that's $200 between friends. And he's right. As he says, it's more than Joey will see in 3 months. Please welcome Sticky to the show. And please tell me you're at work.
America single-handedly.
I mean, not at work. You know what that reminds me? That absolutely reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, it could only be one thing. It is smoke 'em if you got 'em right here, right now.
Just like God said, like if everyone is against me, against you, how powerful have you become? So, like I said, that's the realization is like, man, I'm on my own in this, and I'm not, because I got God with me and whatever support God send me, you know what I mean?
But you know, Sticky, I remember it all too well. I did the same thing a lot.
But like, I did all this myself with God, man. It's amazing, bro. It's absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? I just graduated to the next level, and like I said, I literally graduated because I've been in a school with God, the school of really learning, you know what I mean? Like the school for real. Like that's the thing. Like you do not got to go to college. You do not got to go to no school to learn something. You're going to learn something out here in these streets. You're going to learn something out here in reality. You're going to learn something when you gather real life experience.
Except, of course, when it comes to you, you learn nothing ever. Moss doesn't gather on a rolling stone, and intelligence just doesn't gather on a rolling dimwit.
Everything else is irrelevant. Everything. Like I said, all of it. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, while folks is wasting all their time, I'm sitting here giving game for free.
Okay, got something for the listeners here. It's from Sheriff. On that guy's stream earlier, we were debating if he's on Wi-Fi now and didn't pay his phone. Last time phone went out was November 6th, so would have been shut off yesterday. He might be on Wi-Fi. He's been flexing that his phone bill has been paid, but that's assuming that he's telling the truth about anything ever. Could be a good theory.
Not, I'm trying to sell it, right? Because it's to be sold, not told. I'm sitting here teaching you what it is, dropping jewels, and folks is missing it because they too busy wasting their time, right, with monotonous nonsense on other programs where folks talk for free, but when I talk, I get paid. You see what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. I never had to ask for attention. The attention has to come to me, homie. See, I understand leverage and power and business structure. You understand? That's the same way I always looked at it with the so-called women. This is why folks don't understand my game is real, man. Oh man, my game is so sick on another level you could never even fathom it, little Wody. Are you serious? Yeah, like I said, I've been the.
So I'm out here on a tightrope. It's okay. Sheriff Consent tells us we have shorts incoming, and one usually leads to the other. Help me keep an eye out.
Real deal forever. See, you can't fake what I'm doing. You can't fake this. You can't fake it because I'm a real gangster. So like I said, I'm so proud of myself. It's unreal, man. Just reached a whole nother milestone with this business. Like we sitting here, we making it happen. You know what I mean? And like I said, like, what do you think? Like, man, it's gonna work, man. I can see it's gonna work, man. I can see God moving. God told me what's coming, right? God told me I was gonna see a lot of increase in advances. That's because of God. God is the one who creates this increase within my business. You understand? And like, that's the thing. Wait till we start actually seeing a little bit of money from it, man. This is all opportunity now here. This is real opportunity, bro. You understand? And like I said, like, you know, tell me who else is at this level. I don't see none of these folks on this network at the level I'm at. Not a single one of them. So like I said, it only goes to show and prove everything I said is a fact. I told you, I'm the only one who did it genuinely, man. It's common sense. Think about it. What do you mean? Count the numbers and the statistics, homie. There's a lot of things that go on and have gone on through the years, right, that doesn't add up and isn't the way that it's supposed to be, right? So it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. You got to do what you got to do, and I do everything genuinely the right way, no matter what. Still, right? But you got to be smart about how you move them because there's a lot of unfairness going on, and all that unfairness is going to continue to get brought up and talked about. You understand me?
And now a public service announcement from negative 43 TV and 51.5 FM. Officer Boogeyman says, real gangsters don't beg for money. Something to think about from negative 43 TV and 51.5 FM.
Oh, it's a very big deal. It's a huge deal, actually. You understand? Because it means that I'm going to get paid a whole lot of money from every direction. Like I said, these folks don't seem to get it, man. I'm independent.
He's going to get paid a whole lot of money from every direction. Sounds like a description of his recent side hustle. At least that's what I'm told.
Folks, they wanted to make their name a brand.
They're coming from every direction, baby.
I did that without trying. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it'd just be funny to me, man. It'd be funny, like, the whole thing, honestly. Like, it's hilarious. It'd be funny to me. You know what I mean? Like, because I told you they sleeping on me, and while they sleeping on me, I'm out here making moves, homie. I'm out here still advancing, still progressing, right in front of you. The proof's right in front of you. You understand? Like I said, I don't got to explain it. What's understood don't need to be explained. You see it, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like that's just one move. Then, like I said, God's sending me people to support just a little and help along the way.
Got one for the listeners from Nega. He says, I think he meant to say, I'm getting a whole lot of money from every erection.
Like, God is going to keep doing it like new people.
Not
like,
direction.
that's what I told you. I told you, like, if the other homie don't want to help and he want to, give up and whatever, to me, I call that failure. When you just give up and you don't want to help and support a cause that's righteous and just, I don't understand how you can have a free opinion and an opinion about it.
Wait a minute. Because nobody's wasting money on you. We're the ones giving up. You're the one that isn't lifting finger fucking one to do anything for yourself. You seem like the guy that's given up. You've given up? Oh boy, you sure have. You've given up to a dead possum on the side of the road level. You really, really have.
When you not backing me and not supporting what I'm doing, when this is God's work. See the difference? That's what I'm saying. Folks be talking, but you ain't living it. It's just like with this rap stuff, with a lot of these fake rappers. People was not living what they spit, and the real public wanted people to live what they spit. People wanted the real. Now the world's seeing the real, and the world can't handle it. I'm not famous because of any other reason than the fact that I'm real as hell. I'm real as it gets, and I'm really the living legend. That's why I'm famous. I'm famous not because of the internet. I'm famous because of me. That's what folks have to understand. That's why when folks be talking, I ain't hearing nothing, because I tell everyone what it is. I tell them, look, it's only one source for what I do. You understand? I do what I do right here. Anything else you talking about, that's irrelevant. You understand? If it ain't about dollars, it ain't about nothing, homie. I thought folks should have known that by now. This is all business. This is real business. Do you understand me? You understand me? You understand? Like, you got to really listen and pay attention here, homie. I have literally, I'm the pioneer of this game. I told you. You heard of Manifest Destiny? That's when you take what you can when you can't. And they took it from them. And I'm going to take it all from you, Jack. And not just because I can. Right? Because this is my destiny. Los Angeles is my destiny.
The gutter is your destiny. Starvation is your destiny. A pauper's grave is your destiny. You're done. You're what they used to call human dust. You're just kind of a human particulate just being blown about by the wind and blowing, of course, various workers in the freight industry to no end, to absolutely nothing. You could also be compared to a tumbleweed.
You understand? See, y'all ain't listening. You understand? This is really what it is. This is really how I'm moving. I really just am going full speed ahead, and I'm really moving like this. And I am winning. I'm talking about winning in ways you could never understand. That's why he said, and I'm gonna take it all from you, Jack, and not just because I can. You got to listen to the words and what folks is saying, bro. All of them depictions was made about me and my family and my ancestors and my lineage. Cowboys, the outlaws, the real Wild Wild West. My ancestors created frontier justice in Fort Worth, Amarillo. You can't even speak my last name out there. Do you understand that?
Do you understand that you can't actually ride a horse? You never could. You're that much of a tard.
So when folks is like, well, I want to say something and pretend there's a debate when he say he run Austin. I run Austin, Texas. It was never a debate. Everyone knows this. I'm talking about.
Then why don't you go back and claim it as rightfully yours? I don't know. He won't go back on what? Are there people waiting to beat your ass? I'm thinking maybe.
Run the streets. See, I had to hold that down. I had to really pay the dues to be able to say that. See the difference? While folks think that they think that, you know, an opinion means anything. You can say whatever you want, but it's not an opinion if it ain't coming from a real place. Folks got to understand when you speak, it don't matter who it is. It's got to make sense. Remember, I kept telling you that? When folks speak, it has to make sense. When folks speak, they have to get their facts straight.
Oh, do they? We'll check that out here in just a minute. Remember what he was talking about. We got to get things straight here.
So see, words and talk is free. That don't mean nothing. Talk is cheap, little homie. But if you bring facts, which I spit documented fact that cannot be refuted, boy, they can't hold a candle to me. I run everything in Fort Worth. I've been all through Fort Worth, walked the streets of Fort Worth, all through. I've been all through Dallas.
You want to hear some of your stupid ass quotes? I got them for you right here. All these places have time to open up new businesses, but they don't have anything to offer that I need. So what's the point? I have answered every single question before it was asked with action. And of course, you're being synonymous. You said that one about what, a day or so ago? Yeah, yesterday. I'm still concussed.
What are y'all talking about? There's been times I went to Austin, I had to sleep on park benches out there. And it really wasn't nothing. It wasn't even that big of a deal or a problem. Like, I'm not joking, bro. I'm talking about I've had to sleep at those bus stops, okay, several times.
That's not really a flex at all, ladies and gentlemen. It's Vladimir Putin. He's live on negative 43 TV.
Because I didn't have nowhere to go out there. Okay, I'm talking about waking up and it's whatever time in the morning, and you know, and I'm just at a bus stop. Okay, like y'all don't know what it's like, bro. That's the thing. That's what amazes me, man. When people want to speak and talk, but they don't have a clue what reality is. You couldn't fathom what I've been through. See, they don't got to worry about these things. They don't have these problems. You know, I got it. Like when I would do that, you know how like a genius thinks, I would always have to think about how I'm laying down, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm laying down one way flat so that my wallet is protected in my pants. I'm a smart dude, homie.
Wait, my wallet is protected in my pants? No, your wallet is protected at that dude's house. That's how protected your wallet is. It's still not even in your possession. And boy, am I glad I brought that up. Hey, Tyree, go get your wallet. Hey, go get your fucking wallet even.
See what I'm saying? And
No,
you got to still pay attention to your surroundings somewhat, or be ready, right? And when you're sleeping, I mean, there's nothing you can do, right? So, I mean, right there, that's some gangster stuff.
Vladimir Putin with some fairly scary numbers here. 12 below zero here. Temperature, of course, not quite negative 43 TV, but pretty cold. Is it really cold where you're at? I'm betting it may well be.
You understand? And like Austin, no, Austin's a rough city, and the places I was at are some rough areas, bro. You talking about all through? I'm talking about right on Runberg. Okay, do your research, man. Ask about me. Real talk. I'm talking about on Runberg. I worked in all the spots on.
Brownsville Station. I always liked I'm the leader of the gang better, but hey, smoking in the boys' room, an all-time classic that will live forever. And the funny thing is, you just know when they recorded that song, they had no idea that they were recording a song that will live forever.
Runberg, I used to go cash my checks at that little gas station marked there, and it was always a hard time. I mean, then I figured out I could cash them there, and I mean, that wasn't that difficult, you know, but they weren't huge checks, and that was how I had to start. I remember that for some reason. I had to start by cashing them there. That's where they would do it. And they would take a part of the check out too. You know what I mean? They would take some of the money out of it and stuff when they cash it. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like folks don't understand. Like I come from humble beginnings, man. And I'm talking about.
And then we have some lucky folks like Sheriff Gonset, 92 degrees for me the last 2 days. And yet my golf club still sit in the closet. Makes me sad.
That wasn't the beginning. I'm talking about that was the mid phases after making millions of dollars. See, folks don't understand. I'm real as it gets.
And here in Sneedville, it's 9 degrees above zero, 22 minutes after the hour.
And I go up and down.
I always wanted to say that.
I've been to rock bottom. I've been at the top. You know what I mean? And like I said, this period of stagnation and struggle, man, it gave me superhuman strength, bro. I can't be more thankful. I mean, money can't buy what I got. Yeah.
Can't buy what you got. What are you talking about? Possibly syphilitic dementia?
I'm literally superhuman, bro. You gotta understand.
Never forget TJ found him raw dogging a crackhead behind a dumpster. It is true.
And I'm going through another activation.
If it wasn't TJ, it was someone.
Is what I think they call it. I got superhuman strength for real, bro. I don't even know my own strength. So, like, folks gotta understand, I'm really the real deal. And like I said, I don't shrink for nobody. Oh, I love it. The line moves for nobody. You understand? So
you don't shrink for nobody. Again, everybody, look at the bottom of the screen. Go get your wallet. Seems pretty fucking shrinky to me. Shrinky dinky, even.
Like I said, that's the thing. God told me become everything they fear.
Become wait. God told you to become everything they feel? Really? Did he? Man, geez, how long before you become a fucking trash fire?
Get it? God is using me. So what do you think? Come on, man. What's understood don't need to be explained. This is all I'm trying to explain to folks, man. I can already see the future. What, I got to spell it out? I got to explain it? I can't believe that folks want to act and pretend like they don't see the future. You do realize reality, right? Like, has it registered yet? Like, you do realize, like, what it is, right? Come on, son. Come on. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Like I said, man, it's hilarious to me. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me because I'm really an immortal vampire. I'm really a monster. So, like I said, it's funny to me. You know what I mean? Because I know something you don't know.
You're an immortal vampire monster, and it should be funny to you. It's funny to us, but the funny thing is, I don't think that you're playing. I think your mind is so very shattered that you really do believe you're Batman. Yep, with Alfred and the whole, well, not Alfred. You do know you have enough of a grip on reality to know that you're all alone. And geez, it's so very, very great. You're just like, it's like the Truman Show, except it's funnier.
Matter of fact, I know a lot you don't know.
I don't know, Connie. Could be the drugs.
Yeah, God is using.
I'm sorry.
Me. God didn't say, "Oh, hide and pretend about it."
I know in my case, if I hear inexplicable beeping, it's probably my blood pressure.
God said, "Come out of hiding." Said God.
It's probably more like a ringing, but you know.
God said, "You good." You know what I mean? Like be you. You know what I mean? God told me what to become undeniable. See, I've listened to God this whole time. This is why I'm winning. This is why I'm winning all across the board. My business is blessed because of God. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Talk is cheap, man. You understand? Like I said, I don't understand folks that get online to type and talk. You know what I mean? When they're not speaking from a real place. You understand? That is not you.
I am speaking from a very real place. I'm speaking from my swivel chair. It definitely exists, because if it didn't exist, I would be on the floor on my ass.
Yeah. See, when I talk as me. And that's what I said day one a long time ago. I said, everybody who get on this internet stuff and online, they should just talk as who they are. It would make things a lot easier. Real talk. You know what I mean? See, that's the thing. Anything else, what's the purpose, man? What's the point? See, you'll get as far as the people you talk to for no reason. You know what I mean? If you invest your time into what matters and there's a point to it, you're going to succeed.
You're not succeeding. You're starving to death. You probably have kidney disease. You probably have diabetes. Again, you may have syphilitic dementia. All of this comes to me from my 36 years of forklift experience. In other words, I'm just blowing it out my ass, but that's okay.
So these folks can't complain. They can't complain because they're going through their karma, right? Because they kept stacking up that karmic debt. When God kept warning them and telling them to stop, they didn't stop. Okay, and now God's not going to stop. Yep.
Rock on with your bad self. You got to love the Hughes Corporation, don't you?
Yeah, it's that time. And that's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, did I not tell people a million times? I told folks there's a karmic storm coming. I told you it's just barely beginning. It's hilarious, man. I'm sitting here laughing.
Please welcome our one true goddess to the show. It is El Frost Vivo, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it, man. Real talk. I love it, man. God is real, bro.
Hello, sis.
God brings real justice. He does not play one bit. So all I'm saying, homie, you know, man, life is hard, bro. You know what I mean? Everything is a struggle. You know what I mean? You're supposed to stand up and
yes, it is the one from very early this morning. Indeed, I don't know if anybody's even covered it, but I figured it would be something to watch while we're hopefully waiting for him to go live.
And get tough and get going. You know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. That's something my father used to tell me, just like he'd say, cowboy up. And that's what I've done to get this far, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Like I said, I have a lot of momentum. bro. A lot of momentum. I have all the momentum.
You certainly do. A lot of things that are rolling steeply downhill have great momentum. You being example number one, of course.
For what I'm doing, and I can build anything I want at this point, and that's what I'm saying. All I need is investors. All I need is capital. All I need is liquid capital. All I need is money. All I need is funding. All I need is sponsors. All I need is people to back me. That's all I need. All I need is donations. If I just get people to start sending money in, like I said, what do you think I'm doing? See, I'm trying to get ahead. Y'all know how I move. I don't wait on nothing. Even if it gets rough with me for the money that I can get a hold of right now, right? I'm okay with that. I'm explaining to you why I'm okay with that, because I believe in.
Okay, we're about 23 minutes in right now, so there's plenty of comedy awaiting you, sis.
Taking risks. This is why I keep advancing. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean, right, is that, how do I put it?
We don't know. How do you put it?
In business, right, or in investing, right, I'd rather try to get ahead. That's what I mean. Right? In other words, I'm trying to get ahead, man. I'm trying to invest. So like I told you, I just told you I just started investing again. This is after years of not really investing at all, because I never thought about it, to be honest. I guess it just wasn't that time period for me. I was too focused on the world records and honing my craft.
And it was such a complete disaster, yet it appears that you haven't learned anything from it. Maybe. Does anybody have any clue what this investment could possibly mean? Or is it just green smoke that he's blowing out of his ass?
And getting to the point I am with the strength training and getting it kind of like as a craft and something that I love doing. I always love doing it, but just getting it to the level that I have it where it can be a little more on autopilot and I can keep building the strength nonstop, to become limitless, even just with the jumps and leaps, even with that, with every part of it and aspect. I have it mastered, bro.
Ah, the leaps. Yes, indeed, the leaps. He looks like Snoopy dressed up like Batman jumping off of Charlie Brown's pitcher's mound. Wee!
Same thing with the martial arts, so when you're building a business, you have to focus. Consistency is one of the main components you have to have. Consistency is key, just like in a relationship, communication is key.
Yeah, your poverty is very consistent, so the example you're setting is good in that regard.
You have to speak, you have to talk. You got to cam up and get on camera and talk to each other. This is all understood. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, folks can't tell me nothing because I'm doing everything right.
I'll read this for the listeners from Sheriff Gun Sent. He says, I think his original investment was a phone charger from my pawn shop. They tied together earlier in the week. Chords equal equity, dog.
And this is why you see the results. This is why folks are in their feelings. They're in their feelings because of their own responsibility. What they need to do is take a long, hard look in the mirror, straight up. Because if they would change their perspective and their attitude, which is what I teach here, and listen to me and learn from me, right, and come to God and give it to God truly, then they would be able to be in the position that I'm sitting in on my throne, and I've built an entire empire, sir. The entire infrastructure is already built. I am Batman.
Another good take on what his investment could possibly be comes to us from L. Frost, who says, I don't know, I heard him talk that he was able to have sponsors on his YouTube videos now, as if a company is gonna pay for ad time on the hour-long schizophrenic jamboree on Waitin. All right, everybody, it's the schizophrenic jamboree.
See what I'm saying? And like I said, not only that, but I'm expanding with this. Every business idea that I created.
Schizophrenic jamboree, like say, hee-haw, just totally off the chain, as you kids used to say.
Continues to expand and build. Okay, all it's going to take.
I'm seeing
like
in my mind, I'm telling you.
And just like God said, it can be any day now. It takes one person. Okay, I already got dudes I'm talking to. It's crazy, the irony. They telling me I'm talking to them, and they talking about, yeah, I do like engineering. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I'm sitting here studying and trying to teach myself mechanical engineering so I can build.
Well, there's one for you, Gun Sense. See what you can do with schizophrenic jamboree. I mean, just make it as down home up the holler as you can.
The bat pods and hopefully be able to build tanks and tumblers, and like I want to learn and start with like bicycles and get the electric engine kits and be able to get them on there first, and maybe look into gas engines because I've seen them, and if it works and it's healthy, then I would look into that, but I'd much rather go electric. And again, I think the bat pod was electric.
What is it with him and destruction of personal goods? I'm talking about the 4-day bicycle, of course.
Which makes sense to me because I am the prophecy and I'm the depiction, and I just told you my preference, right? So that's why. You notice how everything matches up and aligns without me trying? Because
it's too good. I mean, it's too damn good. Make it as up the holler as you can, dude.
Prophecy. So me, like, I'm famous and don't even pay attention to it and could care less. I really don't care at all. It doesn't even, do anything for me. And, that's the thing. I mean, that's cool.
Hey, what do you know? Creativity live on Negative 43 TV.
Cool, but it's just never been my thing. I'm not that type of guy. You know what I mean? I'm a very real individual. And for me personally, I like being myself. I never am going to change, man. It don't matter how famous I get, how much money I get. I'm going to continue to be a down-to-earth, just regular dude. You know what I mean? I would like to get the money, though. That's
down to earth. Down to earth. If somebody Oh, I don't know. A forensic doctor were to do a cross section of your brain, it would look just like a
That's the
kaleidoscope.
thing. Like, if the fame could help me capitalize
That would be a pretty damn fucked up situation, believe me.
with the money, cool. But that's the thing. Fame is not going to help me capitalize with money. You know who's going to help me capitalize with money? God.
Sheriff's going to work on that one tonight. So, indeed, look for Schizophrenic Jamboree coming to a jukebox near you.
So that's why I focus on God. See, I don't focus on trying to get famous. I ain't always got my camera on all the time and having to record every little thing and like, no, that's not what I do. I do this for a living and a business, and it's more than enough, and I still get tired of it, to be honest. You know what I mean? So I'm a little different. You know what I mean? Like like I said, I'm still old school, man. I come from a different generation. Straight.
You are right, Sticky, that we're talking about a guy that needs a Lucius to fix tires. It's true.
Up. You know what I mean? So we ain't the same. That's number one. That's first of all. You know what I mean? We ain't the same. We ain't never been the same. That's number one, right? Number two, I mean, it just is what it is, homeboy. I don't even know what to tell y'all at this point. Like, I really don't. Like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta make sure that we figure out what we're doing. You feel me? Real talk. It's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, so like I said, I mean, at this point, you know, we stay moving forward, stay progressing. I just really gave it over to God, man. I gave it all to God, and I let God handle it. And like, God is definitely handling it.
He sounds very, very down here. At least he does to me anyway. It's so much fun. I love it when he maybe there's a little bit of truth seeping in here to him. In the overall.
And like I said, in the meanwhile, he's building me and making me stronger. And there's been a lot of times that I didn't understand. This journey has not been easy whatsoever. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. God told me to be vulnerable with y'all and tell you the truth. And that's what I've done. I just continue to be myself. But that's the thing. Like, I'm really walking with God, so what other folks are doing is irrelevant to me. And I told you, it's just crazy, the copycat energy, so now people are going to want to try to copy that and imitate that. You can't imitate this. You can't imitate this, and you can't fake it. So I don't know what folks is on. You know what I mean? I
Sheriff, I'm going to begin the process of getting this song now.
don't know what they
Thank you for the offer. Let me see if I can bumble my way through it. I did it once.
think, but you don't do that. You don't try to imitate and copy something that has to be genuine. God sees all, and God sees anyone with an agenda, if they're manipulative, if they're not being genuine, if they have an agenda, if they're not being genuine with him, if they're not genuine in their beliefs. God sees all. So, trying to fake it till you make it, well, that's the thing. Y'all are so used to doing that. I mean, has it worked for any of you? No, let's get real. And I'll tell you one thing, faking it till you make it, it sure as hell don't work with God. Matter of fact, it's probably like the number one thing that he notices and doesn't like. You know what I mean? So good luck with all that, homie. See, that's why I keep getting rewarded.
Oh, he should be there in New York right now. It's 15 below zero. Wrap your mind around that one, if you will. 15 below zero. It is 8 degrees where I am in Sneedville, and that makes me feel fortunate.
Like I said, I go through things every day. I'm going through it right now. I'm always going through things. That's just part of life and reality. Like I said, like things are hard always. You know what I mean? But you got to keep pressing forward. You got to have it in you to do your best. You know what I mean? No matter what, so that's the thing. Like, for me personally, folks can do what they want. They can say what they want. It's irrelevant to me. I could care less because I know what I'm doing and I'm moving forward. It's just that simple. I'm moving forward and I'm progressing at a very quick rate. And it is what it is, man. Like, I'm just loving it. You know what I mean? So to the point that, like I said, I know that I got ex-girlfriends looking back like all the time, like, what's he doing? Yeah, it don't work like that. See, that's the thing. Like, You could watch me all day. Like, that's what I want. See, I want ex-girlfriends and people like that who counted me out and doubted me and couldn't see what was right in front of them. Like I said, you won the award for that year. Real talk. Yeah, so keep watching me. I want you to keep watching. I want you to watch every little bit of my success. Because again, like I said, I don't feel no way. It's just about the moral and principle of every matter with me. See, that's the thing. I love how people be talking and they can't get their facts straight, and then you correct them on something, and then all of a sudden they say something else. Like, ain't got nothing to do with feelings. I'm not in my feelings because I'm correcting something that's incorrect. No, I stand on business about facts and truth. See, that's the thing. I don't just sit there and not respond. Like, you know what I mean? It's not an open topic. This ain't a debate.
Yes, indeed, Ledge. He's downright swell.
It's not. When I tell you reality, that's what it is. You understand? Like I said, denial is not an option. Like, I don't know what folks is talking about. You can't disagree with reality. See, that's the thing. Like, no, see, we don't do that. What we do over here is we talk about reality and we promote reality and we continue to enforce reality, right? And again, I'm the enforcer of divine law, baby. I'm the architect of reality. I am reality. You understand me? So, like I said, you see all this money on that icon? That was money I made. That was pocket change. That was just recently. Then, like,
Bullshit. That's DZ's money. That's DZ 1119's money. To be even more precise about the entire matter, you stole that some time ago, and you have made no money recently. You have made no money recently that did not involve spitting afterwards.
like I said, put money invested in the Batman project. You see it's completely successful all across the board, as well as everything else. This whole business, as successful as it gets, can't get any more successful, maxing out, doing everything on here that I possibly can, like I said. And they need to figure out they need to figure out how to pay me right and pay me more. That's on them. That's not my thing. I'm not going to worry about that. So, but like, I need to get paid and compensated right. And that's the thing. I know God is going to figure it out for me because, like He said, you're going to get paid to exist. It's coming next. It's coming right around the corner, man. So if I'm going to get paid to exist, that's a pretty big deal, don't you think? It's a huge deal, actually. See what I'm saying? See, that's what folks don't understand. This is a little different over here, homie. You understand? So, like I said, that's the next thing coming. Like, that's the thing. Like I said, like, I don't need nobody to believe in me. I believe in me.
Christina from Flint is here. Please welcome, and arrives with one for the listeners. I believe that all mechanical engineers wonder when their bicycle tires have a leak. Is the air inside or the outside air that is leaking? Yeah, you wonder about that. I know I do.
Feel me? So you keep seeing me excel. You keep seeing me move forward, right? And again, these folks don't even understand what it is. Like me, like, as far as the moves that I'm making off of what I can do and based off my understanding, the whole point was to get this business going first and get it right and hopefully have it all perfect like I do right now and keep progressing. The whole point was to keep getting stronger. The whole point was to just keep on building and just keep on moving forward and keep showing up. And that's what I did. I've done an amazing job, and it has not been easy. It's been impossible. And I have done the impossible time and time again. You understand? And the whole point was get this all flowing and get this money flowing and like get this, and be able to use it as residual income, right? And just one source of income. You understand? And like that's the thing, like you see what it is clear as day, right? You see everything I said that I do, you saw me just do it right here in front of you. It's on camera.
Yes, it is on the final exam. Now that you mention it.
Right. So we getting all this moving, we getting everything going with it, right? And like I said, folks is in their feelings, man. You understand? Because I know everything. I know what it is already, man. I love it. right? I love it. Absolutely love it. Like real talk. I couldn't even explain it any other way. I just absolutely love it. So what I'm gonna say is this, right? Check this out, right? Moving forward, right? From where we were at, or however you want to express it or put it, right? Just think about it, man. This is going to be extra money. This is going to be pocket change. This is going to be residual income, right? And God told me you're going to get paid to exist. You understand? He ain't talking about this little money. He's
Oh,
talking
did
about
he
buku
really?
bucks. So that's my point.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our show has taken an exciting turn. Sheriff Consent tells us that he is cute, as did L. Frost, and he is now live. So that is where we is going. You know, I'm not even going to bother dropping the thing. Screw it. Thing, screen, curtain, whatever. Let's click on it.
It's a lot of work, and
Batman is advancing.
that's what people don't understand, you know. So we're going to continue to push forward, and it's just that simple. Me personally, I just can't wait to have money again, have a whole bunch of money, because I'm already powerful as hell, but I'm going to be even more powerful. Give me 1 second.
Oh boy. Give me 1 second. He's been live, what, a minute? A minute, and he's already asking for a minute. He doesn't even have to ask. He should just bail at this point. Negative 43 TV Saturday Madness. I'm Rich Baritone, 47 minutes after the hour. He is live, except when he isn't live, which is kind of sort of what is going on right here, right now. It is Batman is advancing into darkness. Batman is advancing into darkness here on Negative 43 TV. I just love it. I love it so very much when he leaves it to me to carry my show all by myself. And I don't even want to say I'm dependent upon this, but I'm kind of dependent upon this. After all, him spazzing out mentally and physically is what we are all here for. After all, oh my goodness. So this is what it's like to be on let's say live without a net. Yeah, that's a really good description of what's going on right now. His lack of respect for tape and airtime is atrocious. Yes, it is. Here he is. Maybe. But you're right, Ledgeview. Really is. It's abusing your audience.
All right, so yeah,
what little
like
he has.
And we just keep on moving forward, keep on doing our thing.
I am rooting for my numbers, sis. That's what I'm rooting on.
And that's about it, man.
Is someone doing a stream tomorrow?
I know exactly what I'm doing. Winning. You understand? But yeah, I love it personally because.
Yeah, that's right, Christine. And when the sparks fly, it's even better. That's just so Batman. It's just Batman AF.
I mean, I just continue to grow and evolve. I'm already doing what I want to do, you know? So, like I said, I don't know. I got a reading download, said to be patient. So, got to be patient.
Hey, both teams are good stories, but the Sam Darnold story is that's a good story. Drafted first overall, basically given up on, went from team to team, was looking at the career backup emergency starter thing, and damned if he's not in the Super Bowl.
Said basically that everything is going to, work itself out.
And another reason to like Sam Darnold is, and this is the truth, his grandfather is named Dick Hammer. Yes, indeed. I'm not making that up. It's his maternal grandfather. Yeah, Dick Hammer. He was a star basketball player at USC way back in the when, and at one time he was the Marlboro Man. It's true.
And I don't know. Just see what happens then. But yeah, I don't know.
Supposed to rain tomorrow at the Super Bowl site?
It is what it is, but like I said,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Orza. What's up? What are we doing in here? We were waiting for you this entire time. Welcome.
the minute I get this money that God promised me, like I said, I am definitely leaving the valley.
Please welcome, I believe, a new arrival in town. It's Stern but Fair 420. Marlboro man indeed. 420, that's a pretty doggone good idea. I'm going to leave the Chiron running at the bottom, but it's going to be smoke 'em if you got 'em right here, right now, just for Stern but Fair 420. Man, that's a good name. I like it.
Like, immediately at this point, because that's the thing. Like, I have been very patient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's taken a long time. So I don't know. By the time that, whenever this happens, right? Whenever I get this money that God promised me, and love and everything, when everything comes together, I honestly don't think I'm even gonna, want to go to the island at all. I want to leave the valley. That's what I want. So, like,
He was a Marlboro man in the 1970s. There were several.
that's what it is. You know what I mean? The minute I get my money, the minute I got a way to go ahead and head up north, I'm going up north. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Because, like, my entire goal.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like maybe Sam Darnold was more of a personnel mistake, but anybody that said they really saw this coming is well, no, you couldn't have seen it coming.
Right now, and this might sound kind of funny to people and folks, but my entire goal.
Oh no, there he
right
is.
Now, is literally just to like get to like Boston and go out to like a bar. Like, that's like my whole mission right now. Like, I just want normalcy. I just want to be able to go out like normal folks. You know what I mean? Like, I want the lifestyle that I deserve. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, you work so you can make money. A lifestyle and all that, and being able to just go places and go out and do things and stuff, that's all supposed to be free. Like, it's not supposed to be difficult. So, like I said, like, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, when it all comes together, I'm not interested in the island. I want to get out of here. I want to go up north. So we can talk about that for a minute. Because like I said, I want to come up through San Marcos, right? San Antonio, Austin. I don't know. I got to kind of see how I feel and what I want to do.
I have never heard that led you. In fact, it's a setup for a joke that I've never even contemplated. An octopus walks into a bar.
You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. I got to figure it out. We'll see.
What can you do with that? An octopus walks into a bar and
might be what I do. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe I would just go through the East Coast, like come up through Florida. Go all through the side, go through Florida, and come up through Georgia. That way I can stop in Atlanta. I don't even know if I want to stop in Atlanta, but we'll figure it out. If I got money, it's not a problem. But, like, just come up through Georgia and, get going. And I just head up there towards Boston. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I want. I just want, like, normal lifestyle. I want to be in a place, in an area where there's a lot of people around and it's like a normal atmosphere.
And Eli won 2 Super Bowls for you Giants fans, didn't he?
You know, like, you know, I love it here. It's all good, but like I said, there's not much to do. And I just want to change the scenery, man. That's the thing. Like back in the day, I used to like hop on a bus, and you used to be able to do it pretty cheap for a while there. The rates were super cheap, and I did that trip to Oklahoma and all that. Like that's the thing. Like I just want to go on my own trips and vacations where I'm free and I can do what I want. You know what I mean? Complete freedom. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like if I make any videos, I'll upload them later where I'm good and I could just have fun. You know what I mean? That's all I want. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to be looking to do.
And David Tyree, him of the Miracle Catch, he was from a suburb. Try it again. A suburb of Columbus, Ohio, Whitehall, Ohio. So that was very pleasing to us at the time.
Like I said, didn't I made that trip up to Indiana too? Remember? Wasn't that during like San Antonio Lytle time? Yeah, I went up there to Indiana. Indiana was rough. It wasn't like nice, and I didn't have a lot of money at the time, but it was after a lot of money. But it was interesting. Downtown looked pretty. Like it looked cool. All them conventions were going on and stuff that I've never had any interest in, but I was around for it. And that's the thing. Like, if I went there and had a lot of money, oh yeah, it would be super cool then. But I remember I did go out to eat out there. I remember that.
I still don't see how whoever was covering him didn't get that ball out of his hand / helmet combination. It was a great, great catch.
Remember I went out to eat. That's the thing. I did some traveling even when I didn't have a lot of money. And I don't know if I was like,
the first Super Bowl touchdown catch was pretty damn cool, though. Max McGee, I think we've all heard the story. He did not expect to play, went out, got absolutely fuck all wasted, was sitting on the bench nursing a hangover, had to play. And second play that he was in, they hit him for like a 68-yard touchdown pass. He reached back and the ball just stuck in his hand. He couldn't have dropped that if he had to drop it. It was crazy.
I can't remember if I was working at that time or not.
Yeah,
that's my
7 catches, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, killer headache.
thing. I just want to get some money in my pocket at some point. You know what I mean? So I can like travel, bro. I just want to travel, bro. I want to be able to go to Florida, go out there to Tarpon Springs where I went to high school, go out to Clearwater, like just have some freedom again, man. Go have some fun. That's what I mean. Like that's the lifestyle I want. Like I want to be in different places traveling. I want to be able to, everything I want to do is towards traveling. I don't want to be in just one spot. I want to be able to go anywhere at any time. You know what I mean? And that way, like, that would be my lifestyle. I go out to the bars, go out to the restaurants, have a good time, normal. You know what I mean? Like, maybe even actually, have some friends. You know what I mean? Like I used to, like, this normal stuff. And that would be my lifestyle. Go out, have fun. And then, like I said, go back to the lab, so to speak. And like I said, I would need like areas with a lot of space that I can work in. And that's what I would do. I would just build. That's why I'm studying this mechanical engineering on my own. I'm still doing it. So still got a ways to go through the current research that I'm looking at. And I'm really just taking a lot of notes right now. I have to learn different systems for everything. Like this is all new for me. So it's super cool because I'm learning. And that's what I want to do. I want to do stuff that's new. And it's crazy because up there they have like that metal shaping class so you can learn how to build the frames for cars and stuff.
Learn how to put air in tires first. Officer Boogeyman is back. He's live now.
Like,
wasn't live before.
I heard good things about Boston. I heard Boston was all right. I want to go there. I think I would fit in. I think people would think like, well, maybe if they heard like my accent or something, but they'd probably think I'm from there. You know what I mean? But like, I want to be somewhere like that for a minute, you know? Like, that's all. I just want to change the scenery and I don't want to have to struggle to do it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but like I said, I just know God has to do it at this point because too much has happened. You know what I mean? And it's not in my control at this point. Nothing is, you know? And that's what happens when you shine. And that's all it is. I shine and I just keep on shining. Shining star.
Mexican Coke, only way to go. Real sugar, don't you know?
So like I said, I mean, it is what it is, huh? Right?
But that's when it's the absolute best, is when you're just so involved with the conversations that he as I like to say, he has been and still is just a fire pit that we all gather around.
That's what I mean. I just can't wait, bro. Can't wait to go out, have a good time. But yeah, like, I'm not taking my time. I'm making my own decisions. So it's like, that's why I need my own money. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
the minute I get my money,
well,
I'm going
yeah,
out, man. Like, I want to go over there in Florida. They used to have all them places. They used to have.
Yeah, I can see where you could not watch sports together. That would go together like gasoline in a lit match.
Like a whole lot of cool places to go to. I remember Clearwater was pretty cool. You know, like it's just different out there. It's like you feel more free in a lot of ways, depending where you at. But Florida's pretty cool. You know, just make good decisions. You know, that's all. Stay out of trouble, and you good. You know,
make good decisions. You make good decisions. I don't see that happening. So you should go just to see what happens. You really ought.
That's all. I just want to have, you know, the opportunity to be able to do stuff like that, you know, and really be able to focus on having fun. Like, that's the thing. Like, I want my focus to not be on anything or anyone else. I want my focus to be on me and having fun. And that's just what I plan to do, bro. I'll tell you straight up. Because, like I said, I'm going to be moving and traveling and getting a lot done for this project and everything that I'm building and everything I'm accomplishing. And I'm going to continue to work and make sure that I'm speaking the truth. You understand? To make a real positive change, you know? So I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, like I said, that's the only missing element right now is the money. The minute I get the money, yeah, I'm traveling, bro. I'm getting on the road. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'll start up.
He just referred to it as a missing element, everybody, 4 minutes after the hour. That was great.
On a bus or unless somebody has a vehicle and they're going to drive. But, man, I'll hop on a bus, whatever I got to do to just get going and, you know, see some new things and have fun, man. That's all I want. That's exactly what I would do. But
that might be kidding. You have an electric fondue pot from the 1970s. Please tell me it's two-tone avocado.
I think that might be a better idea than going to the West Coast right away. You know, we'll have to see. But I remember that trip to Indiana. It was interesting, man. It was a long way on that bus. I like traveling them long distances on the bus. People, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Me personally, I like it. I like the trips to Vegas. even like when we would have.
I nailed it. It's two-tone avocado, which is it's very nostalgic to me. We had a refrigerator um, for 10 or 15 years that was nothing if not two-tone avocado. The entire 1970s, we had that refrigerator.
Have to wait a long time because whatever would happen with the bus, and they'd have to come like bring a new bus. They had to do that before, and like I didn't really mind.
Like you, if it wasn't, it should have been.
Like I ain't in that much of a hurry. But that's the thing, when you got bread, you got money, suddenly, the hurrying, like you ain't worried about being in a hurry all the time because you got bread. You want to get where you're going, you want to do things, but that's the thing with me. Like I want to learn how to have money and slow down because I was moving real fast when I had money because it's just natural. You know what I mean? Because upbeat and you got a lot going on and you're doing a lot. And this time I want to teach myself how to slow down.
Christina, that sounds glorious. It really does.
And I still have money and like be real frugal.
I am the 70s.
I was younger. You know what I mean? It's a different time. So that's what I want to do. But I'm really into this, man. Like I really want to study like systems, different kinds of systems, and learn things that I've never learned before.
I lived through it and I can't explain it. It's just something that occurred. And, we didn't really start to suspect until like 78 or 79 when the colors started to mute down a little bit that perhaps there were going to be hundreds, perhaps thousands of pictures of some people that they were just never going to live down.
Before. And that's what I mean. I think like Boston would be like the perfect place for
But the time was so damned great, we didn't care.
that personally. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's a lot of different classes. And
I don't know. It's that burnt orange especially. I have no idea, but it was everywhere. As far as appliances went, it was everywhere. Fender even put it on some guitars.
Aren't them Ivy League schools up there in Boston and all that? That's the thing too. Like I could actually talk to them and
the whole
and
set.
see what I needed.
A whole set. I love it.
Do like I'm pretty smart, man. Like I'm a genius. I just I have to be into it, and it's hard for me to really care, especially at this point. But I would try to see. I would ask them like, what do I have to do? Like, how much does it cost? What are the tuition fees and stuff like that, and what do I need? Because I had good grades. Even in college, I finished all my basics. I had like a 3.39 GPA with like 28.9 credit hours or something like that, I think. Pretty good.
But it's a lie. It's all a lie. It's always a lie. But that's why we watch.
Right. So, I mean, that's my point. Like, I've got the grades for it. Never too late to go back to school, man. God told me to go back to school at one point. So, I mean, it's up to me, I don't have to, but we'll see. But I don't know. Like I'm looking at some different stuff with that too. I'm looking into some different places. Just trying to look at the atmosphere, because like that's the thing. Like I just realized what it is, because you go to places, and you think it's like all fun and it can be, but like some places are just real relaxed, like everybody's just like, I don't know, like everything is real relaxed and easy going, which is good. And I mean, what I need probably, but I'm not used to it, like I've been through too much. So like, I have like anxiety and stuff, and it's just hard for me because of how much I've been through, so because like I'm always going through it, it doesn't stop for me. So that's what folks don't understand. Like I'm not like everybody else.
Oh
no,
I mean? You're not.
So it's like, I don't know. We'll just have to see, I guess, see how I feel what I like, what I prefer. There's some other states that I'm looking into, and I'm gonna do some research on that and like what all is there.
Oh, it was 1970, January 1st. I was 9 years old. And by the time we got to the end of it, I was 19 years old. So all of my developmental years happened in the 1970s. And I'm so happy about that. I really, really am.
And would be very interesting for me as well, you know. But it all comes down to money, man. You know, like if I have the money, it'd be super cool, bro. But that's the thing. Like I just know that what I have to do is really.
There's no explaining the 70s to anybody who wasn't there. We looked funny, but we were, oh God, we were in our glory.
Learn the mechanical engineering for real, and I'm gonna have to be able to see it because I learn. Like I can basically like download programs for stuff, but I need to see it in front of me and have someone teach me. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try to learn it on my own as much as I can and watching videos and stuff, but it's not that simple, you know, because you have to learn all these different components and systems and how everything works, and it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You feel me? So we'll have to see on that. But that's like all I would be doing. Go out, have some fun, you know what I mean? And you know, give me a spot somewhere where I have room and time and just focus, you know what I mean? Just really focus and learn and teach myself, and like, you know, I'm sure I could find someone to teach me more, you know what I mean? But
yeah, the 90s would be a good time. It would be. You saw the advent of the personal computer, the practical advent of the personal computer and the internet. Yeah, that it would have been a good time to be young.
I don't know, it'll be interesting. But you know, like I said, I don't know. It's all good here, like it's cool, but I don't know, man. I just like it's not for me, dude. It really ain't. Like you know, I want to be somewhere where there's a lot to do. I just want to have the lifestyle that I want, bro. You know what I mean? Truly, like I want to change the scenery, man. You know, I want there to be a lot of options for stuff that I can do if I want to go out and do stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's the point. Like if I had money, that's what I would spend my time doing. Going to.
When I hear pagers, I'm thinking early 90s cocaine dealers. Early 90s and late 80s cocaine dealers. It seemed like everybody that we knew that had a pager was dealing cocaine. That would be 3 people.
The places
Every
like
one
that,
of them.
and having fun and not worrying about anything or what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? That's what I want. But yeah, that's like where all my efforts are going, and what it's on is, you know, learning this mechanical engineering. So I would have fun, and then I'd get back to work. You know what I mean? And I really just want to learn and figure out however I have to. If I got to take classes, you know, they may not be like, it may be like, you know, individual classes that are just offered in different places. I might have to travel to do it too, because one class could be like in Arizona, you know, that they offer one type of class, another.
Yeah, the internet was there, but you almost had to have a degree to use it in the late 80s when Windows 95 changed the world.
Class could be in Boston and New York, you know what I mean? Florida. So it just depends. But that's what I want to do. Like, so I'm letting folks know, like, I'm going to do what I choose to do and what I want to do.
Cocaine in the late 80s, early 90s. It was great. I was in a band during that period of time, and I had weekends where I would absolutely stop my head up with cocaine and not pay a dime. Helps to be in the band.
You know what I mean? And that's just how it's going to go. You know what I mean? Seriously.
And our dealer absolutely loved the band, and most weekends, believe it or not, wound up on him to some degree.
Like,
I mean, why not? My brother had already bought 2 8 balls, 3 or 4 other people in our orbit had bought 3 or 4. So, hey, he was whipping out. What the hell? He'd already made his money.
That's where all my efforts are going. You know what I mean? Like, time is precious. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to do. You know, that's what I'm going to be doing. So, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the way I put it with cocaine, when you start it, it's absolutely glorious. You want to go out and do things. You want to go out and play in a rock and roll band, all this shit. But after a little while, it gets to a point where you take a hit, jump behind the couch, and start thinking, who's out there?
I'm real big on being independent, man. I've been independent for a long time. You know, that's the thing. Like, I would love if somebody really cared and was providing for me and would support me and take care of me, as long as they give me the freedom to make my own decisions, though, is the thing. Like, all of them. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, if I want to work on something, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, so like, it is what it is. Because that's the thing. Like, people don't understand. Like, you know how people talk about jobs? That's why it's funny to me, because I've been traveling this entire time. Like, a lot of my life, I've traveled, I've driven everywhere. Like, I don't stay sedentary in one place. That's what folks don't get.
Blow. Yes, indeed. When you're my age, if you're over 30, my question to you would be, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, after 30, it's always dangerous. I mean, it's always dangerous. But after you get to a certain point, what are you doing?
So when people talk about a job for what? I'm not trying to settle down, bro. Like, I'm by myself. I'm single. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't make any sense for me to do. So I don't want a job that's in one place, because then I have to stay in that place. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of why I took this so seriously, because I know I can travel and, you know, still work my career speaking publicly and doing what I do here, you know, while I travel. And, you know, I can literally create something else, create other sources of income and residual income, and be building. I'm building the lifestyle I want, which is to travel like all the time, nonstop. You know, I might want to, take a break and, you know, settle down for a little bit somewhere, about a week, month, couple of months most, and then I want to pick up and keep moving. Like, that's what folks don't get. Like, I move a certain way. That's what I want to do. Everything else that comes along with that, like, I wouldn't mind settling down, but I still want to travel. You know what I mean?
Um, wow, you wouldn't mind settling down, but you want to travel. You're tired of traveling, you want to settle down.
Like,
not just
it
a
is what it
Grateful
is.
Dead song anymore, I
It's all
suppose.
self-explanatory. You know, I mean, New Orleans sounds cool. It has a lot to offer, but that's the thing. There's a lot of other places that have a lot to offer, and probably a lot more to offer. I like Mississippi too. Like, people can say what they want, feel how they want, but I like these places. I think they have a lot to offer.
It would have to be somewhere around the turn of the century. Yeah, we can actually say that. Yeah, that was back around the turn of the century.
Personally, I want to be somewhere on the water too. That's the thing. Like, for me, if I have it my way, that's what I want to do. Be like traveling, be able to stop in like Biloxi and all through Mississippi, and play some basketball.
Okay, he has ended, and when this ends, so does the show for the week. So let's enjoy it while we have it. And indeed, Ledgeview, like
Go
he
to San
said,
Diego, San Francisco. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to travel, bro. So, I don't know. I guess I'll make my mind up when everything comes together, because, that's the only way I'm going to know what's really happening and what's really going on. It's God's plan, man. It ain't my plan. But yeah, personally, I can't wait. You know what I mean? I really can't wait. Other
say
than that,
something
hope everybody's doing well.
better than
Um,
you.
But yeah,
Running
just
out
gonna
of
keep
gas,
moving
he
forward.
is.
I want to go to all the cities that I like, and like some of them I've been to. I want to go to new places I haven't been to, and that's all. I just want to travel. You know what I mean? When I have money in my pocket, it's a whole different story, man. I'm able to do anything I want to do. I'm capable of everything, fully capable. So it's like, I mean, I could choose to do whatever I want, literally. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep on thinking about it, and I'm gonna keep on studying, and
Indeed, support him in the manner of an infant.
that's all I'm doing, man. I'm a student of the game, student of the game. Always have been, always will be. It's a
It's the
lot to
way to
learn,
go,
man.
sis.
But a lot of folks don't understand. It takes hard work. It takes learning. Nothing was handed to me or given to me. I had to build it all. You understand? So it's just that simple. But yeah,
Oh, come on now.
I don't know. Looking forward to it. I know that. And I just keep hoping that everything I've been told is real somehow. You know, I don't know. It just says like my future wife or, divine spouse and all that is just on a mission. And that it said that they're not going to sleep until this gets done. Something. So they're determined, I guess. So that's cool. I just have no idea what's going on. You know, so it is what it is. But God is real. I know that. So God says it. It's real. It's going to happen. So I guess just got to be patient. That's the thing too. Like I want to be ready, and it's just hard. It's hard to be ready when I'm over here. I really want to get going and be somewhere where I can, move how I want to move and do what I want to do. But we'll see. You know what I mean? All in good timing. On that note, like I said, um, everything's just gonna be a lot more relaxed now, man. Like I said, even on the streams, like I'm just gonna talk to y'all and relax. So, like I said, you see what it is, man. I don't know what to say because everything's kind of explained already. Like it's good, man. I won. So we're gonna keep moving forward. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Much love.
Fuck off. That was Batman is Advancing here on Negative 43 TV Saturday Madness. That was live, but he's not live anymore. And that is all that I have for you on this here Saturday Madness. I had a whole bunch of fun. I usually do here on Saturday Madness. Programming notes, I don't really have any. Tomorrow or Monday would possibly be good to keep an eye out for. I might do that, but I'll definitely be doing Saturday Madness every week. Just there is no set schedule. When the time comes, the time comes. So keep an eye out for that each and every Saturday from this point forward on Negative 43 TV. Well, you know what I'm getting ready to say, so you may as well say it with me. It's time to bring up the house lights and go home. Before I do that, I will say yes, I will tell Mrs. Baritone that you said hi. I'll make a point about it. Boy, the marijuana was really extra good tonight, and you're welcome. So let's do this again. It's time for me to bring up the house lights and go home. I'm Rich Baritone, and until the next time, I'll talk to you.
Slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, where never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.